Torture occurs in three different forms. It could be physical, it could be sexual, and it could be psychological. In fact, Amnesty International says that sleep deprivation is a form of torture. My name is Darwin Martinez, and after years of torturing myself, I have finally decided to prioritize my sleep. We all enjoy sleeping, don't we? But who here actually gets enough sleep? With a show of hands, who here gets 8 or more hours of sleep consistently? Okay? And who here gets less than 8 hours of sleep? See, sleep is fundamental for a person's well-being. But in the 21st century, sleep has been devalued so much that it has been recognized as a public health epidemic, says Chatu et al. In 2018. This is important to note because Americans are not getting enough sleep. Surveys from 1999 through 2004 show that at least 40 million Americans suffer from over 70 sleep disorders, and more than 40% of adults experience daytime sleepiness severe enough to interfere with their daily activities. This is coming from the American Psychological Association in 2008. The effects of sleep deprivation are serious and they cannot be underestimated. Dr. Mercola states in 2018 that sleep is profoundly important, even more important than diet and exercise. He says this because diet and exercise will have minimal effects on your body if you are constantly exhausted, and because it is unlikely that you will have the energy to eat well or exercise if you are always tired. Furthermore, the American Psychological Association says in 2008 that over 100,000 crashes and over 71,000 injuries occur every year due to sleepy drivers. Additionally, Johns Hopkins sleep researcher Patrick Finnan says that you are at a greater risk for dementia, depression, irritability, and anxiety if you sleep less than you need. In that same year of 2018, Patrick Finnan says that you will have a 50% higher risk for obesity if you are sleeping less than 5 hours of sleep consistently. And as we can see, the consequences of sleep deprivation cannot be underestimated. And sleep deprivation is a serious problem in our society. But how much sleep is enough sleep? That's a good question to ask because everyone's sleep needs vary. However, the National Sleep Foundation has created some guidelines in 2015 to help us guide us to how much sleep we should be getting consistently every night. Here, we are seeing a visual, we are seeing a visual of how much sleep every age group needs. We see age groups from newborns to older adults. As we are college students, we'll be focusing on the young adult section, which focuses on 18 and 25 years old. They suggest we should get 7 to 9 hours of sleep every night. However, they say that 6 and 10 to 11 hours of sleep are also acceptable for some people. Come back to me. So, these are just guidelines though, and it is important to remember that because ultimately your body will tell you how much sleep you need. For example, if your body cannot get up in the morning, or if you constantly need caffeine to keep you going in the day, these are signs your body is giving you to get more sleep. And we know how much sleep we should be getting, but sometimes we don't actually know how to get that amount of sleep. So here are some tips to get the amount of sleep that you need. Tip number 1 is to stop spending too much time in your bed. Too many times people will be in their bed eating, watching TV, or doing their homework, but you shouldn't be doing that because your bed is for sleeping. If you only sleep in your bed, your brain will start to associate your bed with sleeping, and you will be able to fall asleep easier at night. Tip number 2, maintain a regular sleeping schedule. That kind of just goes without saying because if you're on a regular schedule, you have some practices to follow on a daily basis. Tip number 3 comes from the American Psychological Association in 2008. They say that you should avoid caffeine 4 to 6 hours before bed because, who would want to get energy when they're trying to go to sleep? No one. And the last tip would be to avoid your phone because your phone is a trap. Too many times it'll suck us in and make us binge watch Netflix or binge watch YouTube. And this is bad because we're trying to go to sleep. We should not be watching videos at night. So, as we can see, sleep is essential to living a healthy life, but we need to remember to prioritize it. So, I want you guys to try something new. Go get a weighted blanket, go try some of my tips, or go find some other resources to get the sleep that you deserve. No one likes being tortured, so I suggest you go out and live a healthy life by getting the proper amount of sleep. Thank you.